You're watching 24/7 Live Culture.
What's up, family? Omar Cook here with BoomBox Weekly. Super dope episode coming to you guys today. We got an amazing guest today, Desiree Abrams. She wears a lot of hats, but I'm gonna let her talk and introduce herself. How you doing, Desiree?
Doing good, family. What's up, culture? Happy to be here.
Already. So this is the first time that we've actually had a guest like yourself on this platform, women's sports. But you're not just in the women's sports arena. You're touching global. You're touching the highest levels of sports, NFL. I even saw that you're doing things with the Olympics. So there's some amazing things that you're a part of, and we're just grateful to have you. So go ahead and talk about your journey into sports. I know that you played basketball at FAMU. Go Southern, go Jags. But well,
It's all HBCU
right,
fam, man. We get it. It's all good. It's all
it's all
HBCU
love, right? It's
fam.
all love, right? Your journey into basketball. How did you get started with basketball?
Basketball wasn't my first sport. I actually did swimming and tennis first. My father was adamant about trying different sports out to see what I wanted to do, but team sport ultimately ended up where my passion would lie. Leaning on your teammates for things, just different vibes when you play a team sport. So basketball was the most readily available sport at the time. I was always tall, by like sixth grade, I was already about 5'11". So basketball ended up being that space. It was definitely an opportunity to have some finesse, a little game with some style. And at the time, I would say that women's basketball was like really in its emergence with that early like Olympics women's team that had Dawn Staley and all those folks on it, man. So it became a passion. Did a whole bunch of AAU tournaments, high school. Matter of fact, I played against Kara Lawson. She was in my same conference, man. Big up to her and all the things that she's doing with Duke. And yeah, it transferred into college. I actually didn't go on a basketball scholarship though. I walked onto the team my sophomore year.
Yeah.
Made sure the grades were right first,
Already.
education first. And then yeah, decided to continue on with that passion. But I also, at that same space within the college realm, discovered flag football.
Okay. So did you start playing flag football in college? Was it intramural for you?
It was the intramural space was, they've got every sport you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
And I saw some players playing on my way to the gym one day, just across people yelling and screaming. I'm like, oh, it's football. I was like, oh, there are girls playing. Oh, it's an all girls team. I was like, what's that about? They got these things on their hips. I'd
Yeah.
only seen it before once in high school where they had what was called powder puff,
Yep.
right? Where the girls would play seniors versus juniors. And I loved that. I got to do it my senior year. I was all into it. I had face paint on and everything. I was ready. I thought we could hit people, but it turns out that that wasn't the case. But yeah, as soon as I saw there was an opportunity to do it again, I was like, let's give it a try.
For sure. What's interesting is that I had a similar journey. I actually walked on to the team at Southern too.
Did you?
Eventually earned my scholarship there, but I played intramural flag football during my freshman year, and we won the school tournament and
All right.
went on to the regional. So I got to see how fun the flag football game was, as you did for yourself.
Yeah.
And obviously, you became very passionate about it. With your journey.
I did. It's the reason I decided I wanted to venture into women's tackle football.
Right.
So as soon as I was done with college, I was going to well undergrad. I decided I was going to go to grad school, and I was like, man, what does women's tackle look like? And somebody sent me just an email, I think by whim, and they were talking about a women's tackle team. And I was in DC at the time. It was called the DC Divas. I saw they were having tryouts in like 2 weeks. I was like, I could do this. I could do this. I could play this. Absolutely. Went, tried out, made the team, and man, just had a ball. And they're a really great organization. They taught you a lot about the game, so you didn't have to come in knowing exactly how football works. You just had to be an athlete and be coachable, right? So, and they developed everything else. So I got to play tight end for half a season and then defensive end for the rest of my season. Played for two teams, Atlanta Explosion, DC Divas. And I'm convinced that football is the best sport ever as a result.
Yeah, for sure. No, football is definitely a fun sport, and it teaches you a lot about life and about yourself. And I feel like if you can play football at a decent enough level, you can really kind of overcome a lot of things and challenges within the real world, mindset wise. And that's dope that you played in two very major cities from DC to Atlanta. I'm sure those were exciting times for you and fun with your teammates and building relationships and whatnot. Uh,
Absolutely.
so you transitioned from playing flag football to tackle football, and then you went on to become an official. What made you want to become an official, and how did that process get started for you?
I didn't want to become an official. I'll tell you, it never crossed my mind at
Right.
all. Definitely used to yell at officials while on the flag field and on the tackle field. But my general manager of the DC Divas actually asked myself and a few others to attend what was called the NFL Officiating Academy. They were looking for minorities and women specifically to pull into the sport. And the fact that we as players knew at least how the game operated, they felt would be extremely beneficial to our development as officials. So this course was 8 weeks long, held once a week at a local high school. They did it across the country, actually, mostly on the East Coast. But yeah, man, as soon as I found out what officials did, how much time they dedicated, what the rules really were like, and I mean, I just got a sample of like, oh man, I really thought I knew what pass interference was, but it turns out there are a whole bunch of categories that you need to say why that was what it was. It was extremely appealing. And being a football nerd, I felt at the time, learning defensive coverages and what the offense is doing,
Yeah.
it was just a brand new way to understand the game. And I knew that was my next transition in the world of sports.
So you went from being the one that's yelling at the refs to the
Getting
one
yelled at, hands
right,
down,
right,
hands down. It happens. But I'm here for the smoke though. I'm here
right,
for
right.
it. I love it,
Full,
And you're
full
used to
circle,
it, right? Already being an
right.
athlete, you get yelled at. It's no thing.
Full circle moments, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, what was your first job officiating?
The first one was actually holding the chains at a tackle game. So generally, you don't get thrown onto the field immediately, particularly in a high school space. They want to make sure you understand what everybody else is doing. So by holding the chains, a little down box we flip, you follow behind the officials and you see how the game flows. You get an understanding for the clock. You get an understanding how to move the hell out the way when
Right,
players run to the sideline because you will get hit.
that's right.
Um, and then stepping onto the field, I actually found that working flag football was a better opportunity to get some of the casual snaps without the pressure of high school tackle because it is different.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's pressure as an official as a whole, but flag is just a little bit more relaxing. And you
right,
can still work on those same things. A catch is still a catch, a false start is still a false start. All of those things happen. Plus, you get more snaps in the same period of time for like three flag games than you would for one tackle. So it just teaches you that much faster. So those games, starting with FXA, shout out to FXA in Northern Virginia.
right.
Yeah, they were the ones that put me on and really, really helped me get going.
That's exciting, and it, it it shows that one you had to start from a certain position, not necessarily at the bottom, but holding the chains
Oh
and
no,
being able
sir.
to.
It's you at the bottom. Some of them
Right,
youth tournaments, like say
right.
the tackle youth ones, absolutely. I'm running with 6-year-olds who the helmet's bigger than they are, falling over. It's so cute. But yeah, man, like you
Yeah.
out there on grass field, no lines, no clock, no nothing. Just you and the screaming parents and these little kids. Absolutely at the bottom.
But speaking of you dealing with kids, I know that can be a lot, especially with parents and, you know.
Yeah. Now the kids aren't a lot. The kids straight. The kids are straight.
What were some of the biggest challenges that you faced early on, especially being a woman in the space?
Oh man. Well, I always walk onto the field, and I think any kind of challenging space where you're supposed to present as like the authority for the day, right? Just as a person, not as male, not as female, not as whatever. I'm a volunteer in this space, community servant in this space, trying to make sure that we get this game, this sport, this entertainment going. I think in the youth space, especially now, I think everybody's used to it, male or female that's on the field. There's somebody who decided to come out, work for these, $20 to get this game going for your kids. I think trying to figure out how to manage a game
Yeah.
with one or two people
Yeah.
was the biggest thing that you had to figure out. Like, how do I see everything? How do I see the hit on this quarterback? How do I see the pass catch downfield there's only two of us?
Right.
And people are used to what they see on Saturdays and on Sunday where you got 7, 8, or 9 people
Yeah.
that can help with that, plus cameras. I'm like, it's just me, right? So, game management, big thing to try to figure out. Plus, yeah, trying to figure out how to work with heckling from the crowd, which generally doesn't understand the rule set. So, constantly building the confidence that you know more about the game than the person who's commenting on the outside.
I'm sure you get a lot of people that are the sideline gurus that think they know everything, right?
Sure, for sure.
And I'm sure that's growing your patience a lot, even as a
Ah,
person.
I mean, I just think you got to have a lot of patience, particularly in this role, right? You're expected to be perfect as soon as you step onto the field. It's not a reality, right? Like,
Sure.
and players may have that of themselves, but they don't necessarily have that same one. Like, you could miss a pass and it's cool. We move on to the next play. Officials, if you miss a false start and miss something, Jesus Christ, ref, it's like the end of the world. But you just got to move on. You got to move
Right.
past it, man. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. And you just keep going, keep learning, keep getting better. It just is.
Now you've transitioned from youth to also collegiate sports as well,
Yeah.
um, playing in the SWAC, but also officiating in the SWAC.
Yeah.
It's got to be a full circle moment for you. Did you actually officiate some FAMU games while FAMU's in the SWAC, or just
No FAMU games. Although I've been to scrimmages before. So recently was at the orange and green game that they had Friday before last, man. Just fun times. Way to welcome into the season. They got a new coach there. They're
sure?
they're looking excited about play. But no, I think I worked Prairie View and Alcorn State last year
Awesome.
during homecoming. So I mean, could you ask for a better time to work a ball game? Anybody who's not been to a HBCU homecoming, you gotta do it. You have to.
That's
It's
right.
such an experience. The music, the food, the sounds,
Yeah.
the eyes, like it's
That's
just
right.
it's such a fantastic time. And then you got some good football,
Yeah,
to officiate, man. It's just a different atmosphere, but the competition is fierce and you have to be on your job. And fortunately, the SWAC has some really, really good officials. It is Division 1, so
sure.
we're all being paid to be there and know exactly how to handle things. And my crew was fantastic.
Sure. That's really fun. And like you said, HBCU homecoming is top tier. So I know that had to be an electric environment for you to be in, surrounded by the bands and the
But trying not to dance. Like I'm out there, like leaning with them on the field. I'm like, hold it down, hold on, chill out, chill out, chill
right,
out.
right. Still gotta handle business while still listening to the good music. What's been
That's
your favorite job so far?
favorite job so far. So I've gotten to officiate a lot, right? Everything from the youth space, high school, a lot of flag tournaments, not just in the United States, but all across the world.
Yeah,
I think my favorite so far has been when I actually got kind of acknowledgement from my former teammates and from the tackle space as far as my transition into being an official. And what I mean by that is there was a women's tackle championship in Finland, right? So Team USA plays Team Germany, Team Great Britain, Team name another country, right? They're all there to say who's the best in women's tackle football. So at the championship, soon as it concludes, they start passing out awards, give the trophies to first place, second place, and they decide to recognize the officials. I'm like, oh man, that's dope. We don't always get recognition for what we do. Cool. We're gonna go out there and get a medal. So they called each of our names. And when they called my name, because I was figuring, hey, should I go as a player? Like I wanted to try out for Team USA. I want to get a gold medal. Shoot, like I can play. Or do I go as an official? I just started my officiating journey and was transitioning in. And I got a lot of heat from some of my former teammates, like, ooh, you about to be a official? Like, you see it as the other side,
right,
right?
right, right, right.
Like they against us. I'm like,
Right for the
no, not
people. You
against
right
you. We for the
for-
game. That's all. Like I'm
Right.
serving the realm like Varys or some stuff for all my GOT fans.
That's right.
Um, but when they called my name and I started to walk up, entire Team USA stood up, Team Canada stand up, Team GB, and people just started clapping on the way in. And that felt great. That felt like, oh man, you
Yeah.
see me. Cool. Like we've made this smart transition.
Right.
I'm going into this field and now I can do so knowing that I got the support of my people behind me.
That's super dope. Like you said, the officials don't really get a lot of love, and I guess recognition, in the football space or any sports space, per se. They're kind of looked at more of the villains, kind of say.
I guess. I mean, sometimes you get a good call,
Right.
ref. That's
That's right.
right. And I'll be like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
It
right,
was. It
right.
was a good call, wasn't it?
Almost like I could almost equate that to being like a lineman in the game. Like you guys do a lot of the
Yeah.
hard work, but a lot of the glory goes to the receivers, the quarterbacks, the whatnot,
Absolutely. In the trenches,
in the
boy, that defense
trenches.
and offensive line, that's where it all starts.
That's absolutely right. So you've traveled all over the world, doing this as well. What's your favorite place to go to?
Real talk, Atlanta. But I mean, so I recently took a trip to Copenhagen and didn't know what it would be like, but it is just a clean, efficient, beautiful city. At
Yeah,
least during the summer when there's a whole bunch of light. I don't know when the, time change happens and it's darker, but to just be able to see different cultures, how other countries are run, it just gives you a different perspective on how growing up as an American in America, how things can be done differently and still function.
I think even you just telling your story right now, it's showing people the possibilities that exist within this realm and being able to not only do just sports within your community, but literally travel the world and meet different people and see different perspectives. And uh, I think for anybody that would follow in your footsteps or attempt to, that's inspirational in itself. You were also a part of the first African American NFL officiating crew, and a historic all women's presence within that. What did that moment mean for you, personally and professionally?
Oh man, it was definitely a moment to know that for us it'd be like being part of the first. So there'd been African American crews that have been put together on field before, but the entire crew, which consists of the seven officials on the field,
Yeah,
plus the two that are in the booth, the replay official and replay assistant, it hadn't been all of us African American before. So this is the first time that that actually happened, and the first time that there were three women on a crew.
it's
Has
huge.
never happened, hasn't happened since.
Yeah,
And it was just amazing to be with one of the women who I took as a mentor, Maya Shaka, out of Norfolk, Virginia, who had given so much to the game to be able to work with her for a season. And then Artizia Young Siegler, who does an amazing job. She actually served as one of my mentors, and I worked with her on the field in some women's tackle games to be able to work with the both of them at the same time while working with Super Bowl level officials that are on the field.
sure.
Like I think almost every single one of them in the picture has either been in a high playoff game or in the Super Bowl. Just work with that caliber of folks and make history in that moment was just something I'll never forget.
For sure. That's super exciting and man, inspiring, to still be breaking barriers in this day and age
Yeah.
is very
And
admirable.
it's a quiet breaking of the barrier, right? Like it
Right.
didn't get a lot of press, but like you got to see it, right?
That's
You
right.
got to see it as an African American, you got to see it as a woman. Like it just you can see that. So now you know it's possible. You know it can happen again, and it could possibly be you.
That's right. It could possibly be you. And I feel like that's the biggest takeaway here is the representation, and showing, our youth what's possible and just how far they can go and showing more of us in these leadership positions. Speaking of leadership, you are the founder of the National Women's Football Officials Association. How did you found this association and what is your long-term vision for women in official for football?
So the founding was actually like via challenge.
Okay.
One of my good mentors and friends, Dana Sparling, was the general manager for women's tackle football league in New York. And she's like, Des, we need some all female officiating crews to work for our women's league.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I can do that, Dana. She's like, absolutely, you can. Go get it done. I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna go do that now.
Right.
So I took on the challenge, and for that season, the group was called the IWFL.
Okay.
I staffed officials for at least half of the home games across all the teams, and for every single home game at the then New York Sharks. Making connections, making cold calls, women that didn't know me from Eve to just be like, hey, got this thing that's happening. Here's who I am. Here's who's worked with me. Here's what we're doing. Would you like to? Expenses are paid. You're paid for the game. It's another opportunity to get college snaps, which officials are always interested in if they work NCAA football,
Sure.
because unless it's the fall, you barely get an opportunity to work those rule sets. Yeah, some spring games now and then, some scrimmages, but this is NCAA rule sets just with women playing football. That's it. Like, only difference. Um, so yeah, man, I went through the whole process of establishing the brand, establishing the company,
Yeah.
and it just seems to continue on from there, man. I've gotten to work with some amazing entities as a result of that one push, that challenge, from my good friend. And I've really enjoyed it since. It's amazing the places that I've been able to go and see and do just from assigning and working football.
Sometimes that voice that's around us is just that nudge we need to take that step forward in our careers. And you obviously took it and ran with it, and it's needed. And
Yeah, man.
help.
So
My bad. Go ahead.
So all good. So just a quick note that we seek to improve women's sports specifically, so women's tackle and flag football through excellent officiating. So those that have the interest in becoming better officials, period, and those who certainly are looking to contribute to women's sports, we always pick up and offer them opportunities to work with us.
And you're doing a great job of that because you also helped develop and co-edit the NCAA Women's Collegiate Flag Football Rulebook.
Oh, snap. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, what motivated you to start doing that?
Well, I knew it was going to be moving into flag football was going to be moving into the collegiate space, right? Uh, NFL flag, NFL and RCX have been doing an amazing job pushing uh, women in flag football from the youth space,
Yeah.
obviously with that NFL flag tournament series that they have at the high school space, and at the collegiate space.
Yeah.
NFL flag has actually been the sponsor for the NAIA Women's Championship, Collegiate Championships for the past 5 years. And seeing how that's going to develop, it's now moving into the NCAA. It was officially approved as an emerging sport earlier this January.
Nice.
I just knew that we needed that foundation. Like the NCAA will eventually govern it as a whole.
For sure.
But to fill that space, I was like, we need a consistent and elevated varsity type rule book at the NCAA level. So working with several entities and getting coaches' input as far as what they wanted the game to look like.
Yeah.
We mimicked the NCAA format so that it would be palatable for all those who's used to seeing what it looks like. And it's not perfect by any means. It's
Yeah.
first iterations rarely are. But it's a great foundation that will allow us to move forward to what that championship series is going to look like by 28, because that's the goal.
Sure. Now that's huge. You're starting now, but 100 years from now, the game is evolving. So, flag football could be bigger than tackle football 100 years from now.
Oh, don't let him hear you say that. Like, tackle still. I don't know, man. If we get to the even same space, right? Like, of course, there's talks of a pro flag league emerging, right, from the NFL. Like, that's exciting too. Can you have pros for tackle and pros for flag? What a fantastic world of sports to live in, man. Football
Speak,
all the time.
Speaking of pros and flags football, you recently just did the Fanatics Flag Football Classic.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, talk about
Crazy,
that.
crazy games.
There was some dope names attached to that. You know, Tom Brady to be one of them, and some other pros that played against some top tier flag football talent. And you know, the flag football guys whooped on the pros a little bit, right? So that's the
We won't say whooped on them, but you
right.
know, the scores at the end of the series definitely indicated the flag guys knew what they were doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Talk about your experience working with that class.
So it was a great opportunity to obviously work flag football at a high level.
Yep.
I've been also fortunate to do that with IFAF. So it wasn't nervousness at all. It was a moment of excitement. So yeah, you have the production stuff going on, a lot of cameras, a lot of noise, but it's still football. And these guys are still football players, whether it's tackle or flag.
That's right.
So watching the pros really try to invest their time in learning how this system works because they're competitors, right?
Right.
Nobody wants to lose. They're not going to do this just for the heck of it.
That's
Like
right.
they're trying to figure out how these systems can work for them with their body types
Yep.
and their ability, right? I think the quarterback position allows a little bit more flexibility because if you can get the ball where it needs to be in a second and a half,
Yeah.
sometimes less than that,
Yeah.
you can make do. Like I think Brady did pretty darn well in the showcase himself. So being able to sit and talk to those guys in our practices and get them ready. Same thing with the coaches, watching their gears turn to their head, how they're going to get it done
Yeah.
was quite interesting. But the Team USA men's definitely showed what they can do based on what they've been doing all across the globe. And it'll be interesting to see where that classic goes next year. So next year, will the pros play Team Germany? Will the pros play, each other consistently? And now that become a thing that they do in their off season. So amazing opportunity. Me and my fellow officials on the field were fantastic. Had
Yeah.
had a ball.
Yeah.
Gosh, we were hanging out in Beverly Hills. I mean, how could you hate that, right?
Absolutely. I think it's dope to see that you're playing a heavy role in the evolution of flag football. And you've also been named a global flag ambassador for the 2028 Olympics here in Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
yeah, yeah. So shout out IFAF and shout out NFL, man. Shout out my fellow flag ambassadors across the globe, letting people know about this game.
For sure. For sure. That's a big title, global ambassador for the Olympics. How do you see flag football just truly evolving on a global stage?
Oh gosh, so IFAF has like over 50 federations worldwide that are there in those established countries to help build the game of flag football. So seeing it now from where maybe 40 years ago or so, they would have been like, oh, it's, just this side game that we do. Now people are 100% dedicated to it. Like that's all they play.
Yeah.
You know, we have federations that are investing major dollars to have their teams train at Olympic training centers,
That's right.
right? So you'll have Team USA and Team Canada training at Chula Vista, an Olympic center, to try to get better and better in preparation for the Olympics. You've got continentals in all parts of Asia, in Europe. I mean, it's literally across the globe when you look at the IFAF map. So as an ambassador, we go to these places who may not have fully established programs yet
Yeah.
and just give them the flags in the field. It's super easy to set up, right?
Yeah.
Like super simple. All we need is a field, some flags, and a football. The game transitions really, really easy to most cultures.
Yeah.
They can understand it, they get it. Like I was in Ghana a year or so ago, and the same kind of concept that we use for pulling flags, they said they had this game called picking tails, where they put a leaf like in the black back pocket of their shorts and run around and try to have, their opponents pick it out of the back of their shorts.
Wow.
Same game,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing how these things are already there. To
Right.
go to different countries and find out, hey, you guys actually already have the skill sets for this game. Let's all play.
That's
It's
right.
just play.
That's right. That's super dope. You have made it to the big stage per se with IFAF. Um, Major international events, becoming the crew chief with that. What does it take to actually become a person in that position?
Right. So that officiating pathway is interesting, and I'm going to say that there's no wrong way to do it or get there.
Yeah.
There are many, many, many ways that you can get into officiating, right? Some people just get pulled in like, hey, we're short a person. I need you. Here's this shirt. Here's this whistle. Jump on the field with me. And you'd be like, I don't know what to do. Like, it's fine. We'll help you out. The officiating community, particularly for football, is very strong. Why? Because it takes all of us to put a picture together
Yeah.
to relay a call or to understand what's happening on the field because we all have unique positions. So if somebody wanted to jump in, really all you need to do is walk up to an official that you see at a game and ask them, hey, what board do you work for? Hey, how can I get into this? Guarantee you they're going to snatch you up immediately because I don't know if you know this, but worldwide there's an officiating shortage, not just nationally, but
Wow.
worldwide. There is enough games and not enough officials. So
Wow.
like we would need you if you were interested even a little bit.
Yeah.
And there are positions for everybody. There's clock, there's on field, there's stats, there's all types of things you could possibly do. But approaching an official or a board would be your best first step, or even a local rec league, like FXA, for example. They're a local rec league. Sign up with them. They'll put you on the field with a trainer, and you'll get a bunch of snaps. As you get better there, you can move into high school. When you get better there, you can attend clinics,
Yeah.
which they have online and in person.
Yeah.
And as you continue to move forward, people will see the skill set. They'll ask, hey, you ever thought about working college? They'll bring you into that. Like there's just no limit to how you can get there. Once you get to college, if you want to work in the NFL, there's a pathway for that.
Yeah.
Usually your supervisors recommend you, and it's a journey, right? Like
Yeah.
it's almost like a pyramid. Here are the folks at the bottom where they're all looking to possibly get in and be recommended. Another tier of those who've been recommended, and they'll maybe start to work some of those higher competitions.
Yeah.
And then the very, very top tip is those who, as soon as there's an opening in the NFL, when those folks retire, well, they'll be moved in those positions, as they see fit. So that's for like tackle structure. Flag is a little bit more loose.
Yeah.
You can get somewhere just because somebody happens to know you and they need you. Like there have been many a situation I've fallen into and gotten the position just because I was around and available. Real talk.
Right time, right place.
Exactly. But you do
Right.
have to have a particular standard of how you present yourself, the quality that you bring, because you are a brand as an official. And if people don't like that brand, they're not going to hire you. So you have to be ethically sound, mentally sound, sometimes physically sound. They want a particular look.
Sure.
So all these things you got to think about when you're about to step onto the field if you want to be pulled onto the high levels.
That's solid information. And like she said, for anybody that's listening out there that wants opportunity to impact the game on a global scale or even just at the community level, this is an opportunity that she has laid out for you guys to follow. And you've done an amazing job, and you've been recognized as a Pro Bowler as well. You made it to NFL Pro Bowl as the first time ever woman wearing the white hat as an official. Talk about that experience as well, being in the Pro Bowl and working with those amazing athletes.
Yeah, the moment isn't lost on me. Like I think that it was a great decision to move the Pro Bowl from a tackle format to a flag format.
Yeah.
Hopefully fans are really enjoying seeing their players on the field, fully expressive, flips in the foam pit like they had a couple of years ago, and just
Right.
having fun, having a great time with a little less risk to injury as far as the contact that would have been there.
Sure.
The moment was not lost on me, and that this is again another one of those visual opportunities of, hey, there's a woman giving the signals and a all male dominated traditionally field.
That's right.
It was certainly a moment, but I didn't really get a chance to sit in it until afterwards because I got to work a game, right? Like I got a job to do. Again, there's a lot of production, there's a lot of things that are leading up to it. Plus, there were games later on in the week that we also had to plan for. But I'm extremely proud of that moment. Very, very grateful for those who put me in that position and thankful for the mentors and for the groups that kind of helped me along the way to refine what that looks like. And hopefully I represented well. Like it's just every time you step out there, you're representing your gender, your race, your culture, the advocation of officiating. So You always seek to just do as well as you can. Hiccups are going to happen, but man, it was a great moment. And to be not of the traditional look,
Yeah.
also, I got a little bit of hips, I got a little bit of, gift in the back. That's kind of cool to be out there with a bit of a figure doing it as well.
That's just speaking with you has inspired me. So I know that other people will be inspired by your journey as well. Now, what advice can you leave people that want to take this journey, especially as young women that want to get involved with the game and really don't know how to?
Oh gosh, young women, believe in yourself. Yeah, it may be scary. Yeah, maybe somebody told you you couldn't do it. They told me the same thing as well. I had a guy tell me on a mistake in a playoff game, on the sideline, coach was like, "This ain't for you." And I'm like, "Oh, word, coach." Like it's like that. This one mistake,
Yeah.
the entirety, it's not for me. Cool, cool. I understand. I hear that every now and again while I'm working a game and just smiling all around me at the things that I see. Just continue to believe in yourself. Try it. Try it. Right?
Yeah.
Like it won't be the end of the world. Like nobody's asking you to work the Super Bowl tomorrow if you're trying to be a tackle official. We're asking you to start at the youth level, learn a few rules, some positioning, where you stand, what the signals are. We're here to support you. You can do it if you want to. That's it. Like just try it. If it's not for you, cool. You said you've done it, but why live with any regrets and wonder if you could? Go try it. We're here for you.
Hey, the words that stick out to me is you can do it if you want to. Go try it, right? And that's exactly what people need to be able to take steps in their own life is knowing that they can do something that they truly want to. And you've done it at the highest level, even from just starting in college at the intramural level and moving up to the global flag level. Super inspirational. I'm very grateful to speak with you. Go ahead and tell people where they can find you and follow you out on socials or wherever your website is and how we can get
Yeah,
in.
man. So just hit me up on IG, Desiree.s.abrams. I'm on there mostly, but off a little bit. I got some things to do. I'm working. So not as much social, but yeah, hit me there. Happy to connect you if you're looking to connect somewhere in your city or wherever in the United States or outside internationally, man. We'll get you into the game. Even if it's you're watching this and you're like, I don't want to be an official, but you do want to be connected with the league to play, got you there as well, man. Let's get you into this game.
Desiree Abrams, y'all. Yo, this was amazing. Appreciate you for joining this podcast and being able to share your insights and your experience and your knowledge of the game. This has been amazing. I appreciate you. That's our episode for the day. And I love y'all. Tap into the next one. Much love.
You're watching 24/7 Live Culture.